he?
Yeah. He lost weight. You're not sure you can lose any more, you know. Soon you're going to just be...
On adverts. You could sponsor this child for just £1 a month.
In football, it's difficult. And we focus on what's pivotal. Stats about the game and all the moments that were critical. Teams get robbed, it's criminal, but don't be acting pitiful. Two bros and one couch, it's time to get political.
Hello, welcome to Two Bros, One Couch. I'm Dozza.
I'm Marco.
This is the show we talk to you about the weekend's games and goings on. Go on. You decide where we're going. Go on.
Well, I mean, first of all, let's apologise for not being around for such a long time. We are unbelievably busy, both of us, and so it's hard to fit in. But we couldn't not fit this one in because we would have been getting far too much, as they like to call it.
I'm glad I'm not at work this week, that's all.
Yeah.
Because them kids, I told you before, are savage.
Yeah.
And, I probably handed in my my notice by now, so...
The worst thing about living in Huddersfield and supporting Manchester United is everybody else who doesn't support Huddersfield but live in Huddersfield supported Huddersfield that day.
Yeah, of course.
So, the amount of phone calls, texts, two-way pages, the amount of notifications on my phone was real. Pigeon carriers. Pigeon carriers were coming, just flying into the window, just hear that on the window, and then just leave it there. Yeah.
Sign. Shall I say my bit first?
Yeah, go on.
Right, I can't say too much for obvious reasons. They're my employers, and I love my job. So, what I will say is, that's the first time I've seen Man United, since I can remember, a very long time ago, where we've just lost a match based on attitude. The attitude was just all wrong from the start, and we were out-muscled, out-ran, out-jumped, out-battled, out-passioned, just everything was wrong. Like, Town had one of their best performances of the season, probably will be their standout performance of the season, and Man United had a really bad day at the office. Imagine we turned up, you thought, alright, I'll make a boss of brew. There you go, you spill the brew over your boss's lap, so then you quickly turn around, then you bang into a cupboard and then knock it over onto someone else, on Janine. Janine's on the floor crying, bleeding, she's going, I'm suing you for everything that you've got. And I'm like, well, I don't really have much, so it doesn't matter. Your manager calls you in, and it's awkward because he's got a wet patch, it looks like he's pissed his pants. But he says, come into the office, he makes you write a letter of apology, and then tells you you've got a week suspension. Yeah? So then you go home and you think, right, let me make a brew. You put your tea bag in, your sugar, your hot water, you go to the fridge, there's no milk, because you used it on that first brew this morning, and you could have had probably 2 brews out of that milk, but you was extra. And then you just think, right, I'm just going to bed because this day can't get any worse, so I'm going to watch something and go to bed. And then you realise your digibox went off and it didn't record Walking Dead. So, in comparison, that's how bad my
I feel as though you've had that sort of day before.
Now, whether that is a true story, whether it's about me, find out in the next episode.
Obviously, like you said, he can't say too much about Manchester United for obvious reasons. Now, unfortunately for all y'all, or probably fortunately for y'all, I can go in. Okay, so let me start off by saying say
it with your chest. Say it with your chest.
I felt sick watching that game. And it's not even the fact, I mean, we've said Huddersfield have played well, probably will be their standout performance this season. I don't think it will, because I think they'll play someone who plays equally as good as them, and then they'll beat them, and you'll be like, that was the standout performance. I can't call it a standout performance because I've never seen, well, I have seen United play badly before, but it's generally against big teams, no disrespect to Huddersfield, but your top 6 teams. I've seen them play bad, not show up and take a beating and go home. Yeah? Now, from the get-go of that game, I saw Martial get booked for that little kick out on Tommy Smith.
Could have got sent off.
Yeah, could have been sent off. I saw tackles going in that was so late, you were thinking, what were they doing last night? Were they, up at the Cedar Hotel playing Jim Money or something, Jim Rummy? I didn't know what was going on. All I knew is United didn't show up from the get-go. When Jones got injured, it was like a moment where I thought, okay, this is make or break for our new defender. It's make or break. You're going to come on. It's ferocious. The crowd are against you. And you've got to prove yeah, that you're good enough. Now, what I saw was a very afraid young man on the sidelines before he came on. He was wet. He wasn't ready. He'd had that day that you were talking about. He had that spilled the coffee on the manager day and hit up Janine and then got sued and went on. His digibox was fucked. Yeah, and then he couldn't even be on his phone because his internet was off. So basically, he had the worst day. He had the worst day ever, and he brought that onto the pitch. He brought it on the pitch, and I'm sorry, but for £30 million, yeah, you're a defender. Your bread and butter is two things, okay? Kick the fucker away and head the fucker away. And if you can't do neither of them, then you're gonna it's all good things, ball playing centre backs. But if you're not in a position to play football, you've got to do the basics. The basics are quite simple. Get the ball away out of danger. And he hasn't done that on a few occasions. Now, listen, I'm all for giving players a chance. You know what I mean? I gave Depay chances till he was sold. Yeah, I was a big fan of David Bellion.
Really?
Yeah, because I give people chances. I don't care. I'm all one for, you know what, let's see what they've got right till the bitter end. I don't care. I keep saying this and I'll say it over and over again. I'm tired of fans, the management, and even some of the players papering over the cracks that there are at United. And I think the main crack is the fact that we have lost the world's best midfielder in my eyes, which is Paul Pogba, who adds so much more to midfield. I think if Pogba plays against Liverpool, we probably win. I hate to say it, but I think it's true. Because Liverpool are there for the taking. We'll go into the next game soon, which is Liverpool-Tottenham, and it shows why. They're there for the taking against anybody. Yes, they've got a great Maserati front, but they've got I don't know, a Ford Escort back. It's ridiculous. Before we move on, I'm giving Town major credit. They showed up, and I think they just thought to themselves, listen, we are literally going to play our arse off in this game. And they did. They played their arse off. I've never seen Van La Parra play so well. Van La Parra was on...
Ashwin's having nightmares.
Yeah.
Ashwin's having nightmares.
Now, I also said this. You've got Van La Parra, yeah? Now, in certain games, he's going to have to create. Yeah, he's going to have to create. He's going to have to get up that sideline, put a good ball in, and hopefully get goals. He didn't have to do it against United. You know all he had to do is pick up the ball, run 40 yards, and take the ball away from their goal. And he did that superbly. Yeah. And that was his game, all game. He was just, right, I'm off. Catch me if you can. If you can't, I've got the ball 40, 50 yards away from my goal. And he did it superbly. He was brilliant. Yeah, one of the players who was man at match for me. Yeah. And then also Danny Williams in midfield. I rate Aaron Moy. Big fan of Aaron Moy. But watching Danny Williams in that midfield was unbelievable. Now, don't get me wrong. You're going up against Matic and Herrera, pretty much essentially the same player. So it causes us problems going forward. It's a problem going forward, regardless, yeah? And I've never missed Fellaini so much. Weird to say. But that's the bottom line. Because he had a lot more steel in there than Herrera does. Yeah. Yeah? So in games like that especially... You need that, okay? So, Williams, amazing game. Depetra bullied that kid, Chocolate Lindelof guy. Chocolate Lind, yeah. Listen, Huddersfield came and absolutely tore United to shreds with regards to what they did and what they did.
And as good as it is on the pitch, off the pitch, they're killing it as well in our town. Like, that's the first game I've been to in the Prem. And... I see in the tweets and stuff, I was thinking, is it people retweeting what they just want to hear? And like, it's all the away fans saying, Huddersfield's got the best fans. Right, okay, let me see. The buzz before the game, like, I'm talking an hour and a half before the game. The buzz before the game, mad.
Yeah.
I can't remember a stadium where I've been to where all of the sections of the crowd are singing the same song. You normally get a singing section.
All the sections of the crowd United fans?
The atmosphere at the game.
Unreal.
The songs, the way they've set up the thing behind the other goal, like that section of fans, it's just sick. Like, one of the best atmospheres I've been in.
It's one of the atmospheres that everyone's talking about, and you hope it does stay in the Prem. Everyone is talking about it. Everyone's going on about it all the time. Even, I mean, I saw them against Tottenham, and they were losing 3-0 at half-time, I think, and the crowd was still like, it don't matter, let's still, you know what I mean, let's sing our ass off. And you've got to respect them for that, because bottom line is, you're happy for that. You don't mind going and losing against
I was sat there. I remember sat there, just as they was walking out. Like, I just looked around the stadium and I was just like, Ras, Huddersfield Town are in the Prem, and it hit me. And do you know what I mean? It sounds like moist or whatever, but I just looked around and just thought, Ras, this is Huddersfield together in the Prem, and it's mad. It was sick. The atmosphere was sick. Move on.
Really bad from United, and like I said, I hope certain players come back real quick. I hope they're back. I think Bayer's back against Tottenham.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen Pogba sprinting in America, so for me, once you start sprinting, that's healed up, isn't it?
Yeah.
You're sprinting.
Like, why were you there?
Why are you not here now? Why are you not here?
Could have had a Marston's.
Could have just had a Marston's. You know what I mean?
Probably
I bet you've never had a Marston's.
Marston's, innit?
I bet you've never had a Marston's.
You
You haven't lived. But yeah, so hopefully he's back for the Tottenham game, even if it's just on the bench. You need his presence. I think it needs to be there. Yeah? And then you've just got to hope that, the rest of it goes well, because Tottenham are... It's long if Tottenham has that sort of game that they had against Liverpool, don't get your fans on my back, because I will push you deeper into any hole you've ever been. Where are you in the table anyway?
You know what? A lot of my Liverpool fan friends have now just humbled themselves a little bit, and they're just kind of like, all right, yeah, we'll talk football, but we're not really on this banter thing. But Neil Robshaw, I don't know, like people mentioning people's names, but Neil Robshaw, you tried chatting rubbish and then you held a 4-1. You can't do that.
Yeah, but like Neil Robshaw said, he likes Liverpool.
No, he said I'm a Liverpool fan, but I support Town.
Yeah.
I
don't even know what that means.
What does that
mean?
mean?
I don't even know what that means.
That is more messed up than the story about Janine.
When Huddersfield weren't in the Prem, you were a full-out Liverpool supporter.
Yeah.
Full out. It was embarrassing. You and Barlow, you two's arguments were embarrassing. Barlow being the fool for Manchester United and you being the fool for Liverpool. You were very embarrassing as a couple. Yeah? Now, you're embarrassing because now you're pretending that you don't support Liverpool. I don't get it. But it's up to you, man.
From ninth. Like, we're 6 gods, but turn that 6 upside down. You're ninth. How are you bantering from ninth? Dead.
Don't banter. Don't even try it. Just. Oh God! I remember he sent me a ladder last year. He sent me a ladder on a picture, and he said, the views from up here, because we were down at 6. We can't even get a ladder for you. We're gonna need one of them fucking beans from Jack and the Beanstalk, fam. I'm gonna send you one of those, because I can't see you at all through the clouds, the mist, the rain. I can't see you, so please don't banter. There's nothing for you. Don't Middle Earth. You're carrying rings to Mordor, fam. Please stop. Okay. Now let's not just disrespect Liverpool, because Tottenham were fantastic again. Well, Tottenham, Harry Kane. It's not the Harry Kane team, because they play for Harry Kane.
Who said that? Who said
Pep Guardiola, didn't he? He disrespected.
Enough said.
He kind of disrespected Spurs and Poch and Kane and the rest of the team. It was really disrespectful. But Kane scores the goals. Just because City have got this, this intergalactic team that can score goals from everywhere. Fuck, no one needs that anyway. All you need is one player to score goals. I'm like, fuck yeah.
I need
fucking 8. Sexy team bitch motherfuckers. Who cares? Who cares that Sane and Sterling, and who cares that you top and scored more goals than anyone else, and you're on the course for a record?
Like plus 85.
You know what I mean? Who cares? Alright. All that matters
is that you've got. All that matters is that Liverpool got Lovren.
Liverpool have got Lovren. If you ain't got Lovren, you ain't got knitting. Alright? Now listen though. Yeah. Lovren was bantering. He's got to be. Listen, do you know what's even worse? Oh, God. When I read this, I just thought, oh, God, you've pretty much just sold your defender. Because man said, the first goal, I could have played better with trainers on. That's what Klopp said. I thought, oh, God. Man said, I could have played better with trainers on. You know when you say that about your defender, it's peak. It is peak.
I mean, what trainers are we saying?
I think he had high-tech. He looks like a high-tech manager, doesn't he? Klopp. He looks like a high-tech manager. What do you mean?
They're Mercuries.
Oh, God. Oh, God. He's got them pump ponies. That's what he's
And
playing.
he still won't win a header.
And he still won't win that header. Listen, let me tell you something, yeah. Lovren's so bad. Everything I saw was bad. When you know the worst thing is first of all he let that ball go in behind him for the first goal, and then the second goal he like tried to cut it out. It was like watching a Sunday League guy where he's just like, oh, I'm gonna go for this because I've got to.
It's my moment.
Oh God, it was so embarrassing. It was embarrassing.
Their defence is just not good.
You know what I mean? And I feel sorry for Mike because Mike is actually a decent defender. If he had someone alongside him who was pretty good, don't get me wrong, I don't think he's anything special, but I think he's a decent enough defender.
Yeah.
And I think anybody built alongside him who was decent enough, like a Skirtle, maybe, you know what I mean? They'd be a lot better. Of a Sacco.
But anyway.
But you wanted to get rid of Sacco because pride and prejudice. Or just pride, whichever one.
Oh, just prejudice.
Just prejudice. I don't know.
Just prejudice.
But in the end of the day, listen, Lovren's terrible and Kane's amazing. And once you put the two together, there were certain touches.
was like
Did you see certain touches from Kane? It was just like, pop, see you later. There was a touch around the corner, I think they were already 2-0. And he touched it around the corner to Son, who raced on and hit the bar. The touch around the corner was sublime.
You know what? The goal that Liverpool scored, that's a foul on Harry Kane as well. So it really should have been 4-0.
Liverpool took a 4-1 and it was brilliant to see. I loved it.
To all you fans who were murking before you even played.
Don't murk before you play.
Rule number one
it's rule number one of football banter.
Thou shalt not banter a team of before your team of has even played. Innit?
It's so true.
Don't.
That's always been it. It's basically, it's like the rule of gambling. Never gamble, on an accumulator. If your first team's playing at 12:30, don't do it. Don't do it.
Loss.
Yeah, that's
You've
a loss before
already.
you done it. Because you see the time you put the tick in, you see the time you go, I should take that off, because.
Sometimes, I'm not going to lie, sometimes I've looked at a bet and gone, right, I didn't realise that was 12 and thrown it away anyway. And I looked.
There's no point. And that's how I see it. Don't banter me until your team's played. That's why I stayed silent. Listen, Toyin, big, thank you for everything that you do for us. Yeah, it's massive. But please don't banter us before your team have held a 4-1.
Innit?
Don't banter us. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. Because then, obviously, I just wait. And then I have to go and find
And
the
then
notification.
if we lose, nothing said. We move on and we talk about the darts or whatever. Just, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'll talk about wrestling, me.
Yeah.
What do you mean TLC?
Kurt
What do you
Angle.
mean? Kurt Angle's back. Kurt Angle's back. You see the... Boof! You see my man pick up your ankle, and your body's off the floor, and you can't roll.
Where are you going?
You can't go.
Where are you going?
And he's on his feet, so if you go forward, he's pulling back. Listen, that will break a man's ankle. So
Lovren needs to be putting a Kurt Angle lock.
listen, his foot was in a Kurt Angle lock. The grass had him in Kurt Angle lock. The grass had him. Yeah, he shouldn't have had studs on. He shouldn't have trainers because the studs got locked in the floor, and he got a Kurt Angle lock. He got an Anfield pitch lock. That's what he got. Lock ass foot. Allow that guy. Moving on. Not too far from Liverpool. Let's discuss football in general and sackings and stuff, because obviously.
It's like one every week.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like to me.
Doesn't it
Is this
feel
the
like
third
that?
one?
So there's been Koeman, there's been De Boer. I don't think there's been another one. I think there's just been Koeman, De Boer.
2. I swear it's 3.
They should have been 3 because Bilic should have gone. If we're looking at it properly, then Bilic should have gone after that 3-0 from Brighton.
Yeah.
You can't lose 3-0 at home to Brighton and not get that sort of sacking. But I'm glad he's not being sacked. Don't get me wrong. I don't want to see Koeman sacked. Listen, you know what? Koeman's been done and ugly. And I tell you why. Right? Koeman's been given all this money. Yeah? But I keep saying, if the stature of your club is not that important to these world-class players,
Who are you going to attract?
then you can't attract him.
Yeah.
And Koeman, no matter who he is, Everton are going to... Who are you going to bring in next? Imagine you bring in Manuel Pellegrini. Yeah? Manager-wise, yeah? Now, Pellegrini's been at the top of the game. He's played at City. He knows what to do. He's won titles. Can he still bring in a big player to Everton? Because you've lost Lukaku. You haven't got Barkley at the moment. Yeah? And you've brought in Rooney, who, big name, but old.
Yeah.
You brought in Sigurdsson, which is just bantering itself because he's your marquee signing at 50 million. And then you brought in that striker was 5 million. When I see 5 million on a striker, I know he's not going to be good because that's not where the market is right now. That's like bringing in Titus Bramble
Up front.
Do you know what I mean?
That's what 5 mil will actually get you.
That's what 5 mil will get you nowadays. So really, you know, listen, did you see when he started off the season? Looking fresh, you know, man had a dapper's haircut. What do you mean? Have you seen him now? He looks like Phil Mitchell on crack. Have you seen him?
Fam, he looks like...
he looks like he's done.
Kevin from Home Alone's dad.
Yeah.
Innit?
He just looks
after
stressed.
all the drama.
After his wife was like,
when-
I'm leaving now!
Yeah.
On the coach! Get in! Get in! He's like, shit, you know what? I should have got Kevin up, you know. I bet that was his job. I bet he had one job, and it was to get Kevin up and clean his little batty rascal. Yeah? But he didn't. And this is how Koeman looks. Koeman looks stressed. He looked like he was sacked in that Lyon game.
He looked beaten. Yeah,
Before the Lyon game, it looked like they told him, listen, to be totally honest, we are looking for a replacement.
Yeah.
We're going to obviously give you until we find a replacement, so just keep thinking. And then he took that Arsenal 5-2 and they were like, listen, we can't even wait to find a replacement. Let's get David Unsworth in charge. David Unsworth?
Is that what he got?
Mate, David Unsworth was a secretary.
He's getting Duncan Ferguson in there. That's what we should get.
Well, he's his second
Yeah,
guy.
just
innit?
go in there, start slapping a few man up.
Yeah, just do the old
You know,
stuff.
yeah.
I don't know, man.
It worked for Clough.
Yeah, but that was old school shit. You can't do that now.
Sometimes you can't beat old school.
Yeah.
Like, 90s R&B. Innit?
You know, you're not lying, you know. You're not lying.
Sometimes the old
You're
school
not
stuff's
lying.
better.
I was talking about that in the strip club the other day. I was saying, why are you playing all this dance music? I can't have the girl. She's doing Zumba on top of me. I'm not trying to get all that fast music.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Sometimes, yeah.
I want some R. Kelly bump and grind without the P. Yeah?
Yeah. That was straight on my head.
Yeah? I want that. I want some Usher nice and slow.
True.
I want to listen to Twisted by whoever that old group was. I want the girl
You ride pony.
I want, yeah. That's as fast as it should get.
Yeah, that's
I'm just a
Them movements
bachelor,
Them movements.
looking like a baller. I don't even know the words. It don't matter because at that point I'm
Listen
drunk
to the words.
and I'm not bothered. All I can see is da-dung, da-dung, da-dung. That's it. I didn't understand.
So anyway, yeah, get Duncan Ferguson if you want them sort of vibes there.
No, honestly, I just think, who can you bring in? Everton, yeah? Who can you bring in that will bring in a marquee striker for you? You tried to bring in Giroud. It didn't happen for you. And Giroud was thinking about going. But then he thought, you know what, I'd rather do bench at Arsenal if I have to. And that's bad. I'd love to go back to the days where they go, you know what, I'm going to give you the season unless we're in relegation trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah? I'm going to give you the season because you never know what could happen. You never know. He could turn it round after Christmas. He could go on a 10-game winning streak. That's 30 points.
Yeah.
You don't know. So I'd love him to give managers a chance. But it doesn't happen nowadays. It just doesn't. Craig Shakespeare. I'm glad he went.
See?
What do you mean?
Free
That's the
already,
head of the
that's
snake.
mad.
I'm glad he went, bro.
See, why should Klopp keep his job right now?
Well, Brendan Rodgers didn't. But Klopp can hug.
I'm interested if Liverpool fans actually, if they're panicking. Like, I'd be
I'd be a bit
thinking
nervous. I'd be a bit nervous.
like this is a bit like Moyes
Yeah.
for Liverpool right now, isn't it?
Yeah. Moyes back to Everton. That's what I've heard. That's
He
what I've
might
heard.
have nailed it.
Yeah,
He
that's
might
what
have
I've
nailed
heard.
it.
But going past that, like you were saying, what has Klopp done to deserve to stay in his job right now?
He bangs his chest and has really bad teeth. How else have you? How? I don't get it.
He's not doing enough. And what?
How you got plaque on your teeth but no plaque on your wall?
Wow.
Trophy cupboard.
Oh, God.
That's dead. Isn't it?
Ooh, kill him.
I'm just saying.
Kill him.
I'm just saying.
Listen,
The wrong plaque.
I don't understand why he's so loved by the media. Because I think certain Liverpool fans will be like, listen, I'm not happy about this. It's got to change. They haven't won in, what, 9? Is it 9 games?
Yeah, 9. I think it's 9.
They've obviously won in Europe, but I'm sure they've not won in
9. I'm sure it's
9
9.
in Prem or something like that. And that's
At
crazy.
the end of the day, if you perform on sideline, if you jump up and down and kick a bottle here and there and throw on whatever,
People love you.
then people like you and you keep your job. But if you're the boy and you sit there and you look upset that your team's losing like you should, then you get sacked.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Well, I want to know the difference between Koeman and Klopp. I want to know the
Innit?
difference. I want to know.
a genuine question. But I don't. If I was a Liverpool fan, I don't think I'd be panicking. Not panicking, but I'd be a bit concerned right now as to where my club's going. Because right now you're 9th, and you don't like winning games. Like I said, you can go forward all you want, but if you can't defend, if you've got Lovren at the back in ankle locks, it's peak. This has been another long overdue episode of Two Bros, One Couch.
I don't know when the next one's going to be. You know?
Who knows when we'll see you next?
Listen,
but hopefully you've enjoyed
fun.
it, and it's worth the wait. Hopefully, do you know what I mean? Hopefully it's worth the wait.
A lot of people come up to me and they say, where's the next episode or blah, and that's all I'm glad for at the moment, because I know then we've got people who generally want to watch it. So...
To be honest, I'm just sat at home waiting for the knock on door, the phone call saying, right, when you're ready to come into the studios. Because, like, really, by now, we should have something. Contracts. We should be signing.
We will. Listen,
might apply for the Everton job.
Plenty of time. You should apply for the Everton job.
Imagine, me and you. That'd be sick.
I'd just walk in and I'd just be upset with everyone.
Yeah.
I'd be upset with everyone. I'd just be like, you did this to Koeman. Don't think you're doing this to me.
You think you do this shit to me?
You've been doing time in Pelican Bay when I'm through with you, Mooney. Shoot program, nigga.
Your ride's outside. I think it's that chick.
Yeah, you better walk away. Go and walk away.
Anyway, we'll see you in the next one.
Peace.